Welcome back to my channel. I have a really great look that I'm excited about. Of course I'm excited about it. I'm excited about all of my videos. This look is a very pretty wear it to work makeup look. And if you've seen any of my videos before, then you know that I'm very much about enhancing someone's natural beauty. And I always want it to be more about the person and less about the makeup that they're wearing. That's really important to me. The best thing that I think could happen, or the greatest compliment that you can get, is someone to say something like, wow, you have really great eyes, really nice skin, instead of, oh, that's really great eyeshadow, or what kind of a foundation are you wearing? Because then it's more about the makeup and less about the person, which is opposite of what I'd like to do. So I want you to really be able to customize this look. On my blog, I have a really great post about choosing eyeshadows for your eye color, and I think that's important because then you can customize this look so that it will really enhance your eye color. I'm sure you've probably experienced that before, where you've watched somebody do a tutorial, you go out and you buy all those products and then you put it on yourself and you're just like, this doesn't look the same. And it may be a little bit of skill. Of course, people that do makeup all the time are gonna have a hands up on people that hardly do makeup at all. But on the other hand, it could just be that the colors don't really match your eye color or your skin color. So it's important to kind of customize things to your look, and I think that's really important. So I hope that you enjoy the video, and if you do like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So since the model already had moisturizer on, I didn't apply any. Instead, I'm going right in with Charlotte Tilbury's Wonder Glow. It's not the foundation. I guess it's like a moisturizer slash illuminator. It does tend to have a little bit of a yellow undertone to it, but I think that works out for most skin types. And I'm using a flat synthetic brush to really work it into the skin. Next is foundation. I like to use a damp sponge on most skin types, and I made it damp with Max Fix Plus. It's just gonna help the foundation last a little bit longer. And the foundation that I've chosen for her is Max Face and Body Foundation. I love this foundation. It's probably one of my go-tos on almost everybody because it just has a really natural finish. Since I want a little bit more coverage, I'm going to also use Makeup Forever HD foundation. It's about a medium coverage foundation, and I'm just going to apply it to the center of the face where it tends to need a little bit more coverage. Using a tapered brush, I'm going to pop on a little bit of MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Loose Powder. I think mostly everybody probably has concealer as part of their makeup kit, but I think that it's really underutilized in the sense of perfecting the skin. I think people have the tendency to just wear a heavier foundation instead of using a really good concealer to just cover the little areas that they have. So in order to get a natural perfected look, I'm going in with the correct concealer for the correct issues. For red blemishes, you want to use a concealer that has a little bit more of a green or yellow undertone. I'm also using the same foundation sponge to just blend where I put the concealer. I haven't added any product to it though. For under eyes, you want to choose a concealer that has a pink or a salmon undertone to it, and also it needs to match the level of your skin. If you choose one that's too light, you're going to end up with those raccoon eyes that you've heard me talk about. I also like to go over the concealer with that same foundation sponge just to blend it in and give it a natural finish. Next, I'm using a contouring powder, which is actually a blush powder in Taupe. I really love this color. I feel like it suits mostly every skin type, and the amazing thing about it is that it doesn't have any warmth to it at all. So I feel like it just gives you a really true contour without changing the color of your face. Using minimal product, I'm dusting a little bit across the forehead and then in the hollows of the cheek just to add a little bit of dimension. I've chosen a mineral blush that has a pink undertone and a luminous glow. It's really going to complement her green eyes and keep her skin looking great. The last step for skin is the highlighter, and I just apply it to the high points of the face, and then the little bit that's left over, I dust above the eyebrows and the chin and the tip of the nose. On to brows. So I'm using a clear eyebrow gel to shape her eyebrows. You can use a tinted one if you prefer. I just like the clear because I feel like it allows me more control to shape them how I want them, and I can always go in later and fill them as much or as little as I want. Now that the eyebrow gel is dry, I'm going in with an angled brush, and I'm actually going to use an eyeshadow color, and it's the darkest one in this palette. I really love it because it doesn't have any red or warm undertones. If anything, it has a blue undertone, and I just think it has a really natural look to it. I've chosen not to use an eye primer. I just really want the eyeshadow to blend into the skin, and I'm using a really light eyeshadow just on the lid. Since she has green eyes, I'm going to use eyeshadows that have a pink or a red undertone to them. Using a natural hair tapered brush, I will start blending from the outer corner and move across the brow bone. Next, I'm using a slightly darker eyeshadow, and with that same eyeshadow brush, I'm blending in from the outer corner of the eye, and I am moving across the eye socket and blending it up into the eyebrow a little bit, just to add a little bit of dimension. She does have a lot of eyelids, so her eye shape can pull this off. I'm all about using as few products as possible, but sometimes I think it's nice to use a minimum of 3 eyeshadows in order to achieve a certain depth to the eyes. This is the darkest eyeshadow color that I'll use, and I'll start on the outer corners of the eyes and continue to blend it inward. With the darkest, you do want to pay attention to eye shape, and I don't bring it all the way across the lid. I kind of stop about halfway. Using that same dark eyeshadow, I'm going to use a small, dense natural hair brush, and I'm going to use it as sort of an eyeliner and dust it really closely to the upper lash line, and I'm also going to use it on the lower lash line underneath the eye. Like I already said, she has green eyes, and I really want to amp up the red in order to create a complementary tone. And I've chosen Expensive Pink with MAC because it has a shimmer to it, and it just gives it a really awesome finish. And so I'm going to use that in the outer corner of the eye, and I'm also going to take it across the lower lash line. And you really want to get that eyeshadow as close to the eyelashes as possible. Using a clean brush, I'm going to blend out any of the harsh lines that I have, and this is MAC's 224 brush. Using that same natural hair brush that we used earlier to apply the light color to the eyelids, we're just going to use it to help blend a little bit more and apply any leftover eyeshadow to the brow bone. Now with the same small, dense brush that you used to apply the dark eyeshadow as an eyeliner, you're going to use a little bit of black and just apply it to the outer third of the upper eyelash line and also to the lower third lash line. To really make your eyes pop, use a small natural brush and a luminous eyeshadow. I've chosen PHLOOF from MAC. You want to apply that to the inner corner of the eyes. Be careful not to get it too much onto the bridge of the nose, and do drag it a little bit onto the lower lash line. Alright, curl your eyelashes. I've been dying to get Charlotte Tilbury's golden eyelash curler, so hopefully I can get to the store sometime soon. Next, pop on a little bit of mascara. A really awesome trick is to apply it to your lower lashes first and then apply it to your upper lashes. It keeps it from getting onto your eyelid, which I don't know why no one ever tells anybody that. I've chosen Makeup's Forever Smoky Extravagant Mascara because it's volumizing and it's just going to look really great. Onto lips. Of course you want to moisturize first. You can use a regular chapstick or a lip balm that you like. I'm using Carmix. I like that it kind of gives the lips a sheen, but it's not too glossy, and it seems to blend really well with lipsticks and lip pencils. I absolutely love this lip pencil. I feel like it just has a really great tone to it, and you don't have to be very precise with it. I really hate precision work, and I just feel like you can apply it without having to be too careful. Of course you can't just smear it all over your face, but you don't have to be as precise with it, and it has a little bit of a pink undertone and just looks really natural. And I feel like it wears really well too. I am choosing to use a lip gloss on top. I feel like it's going to give it a luminous finish, and that's exactly the look that I'm going for. I love MAC's lip gloss in the color Underage. It has a very natural color to it, and I feel like it wears well, so again, as it disappears, people aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, what happened to your lips? I always think it's a good idea to kind of stand back before you're done and take an overall look and see if you need to add a little bit more or even take away. And I'm just kind of putting some finishing touches with the blush and a little bit of contouring. To finish off this really gorgeous look, I'm going to use the highlighter from earlier, and on the tips of my finger, apply it to the high points of the cheek, blending up into the brow bone, and then across the tip of the nose. I'll also use a small dense brush to apply it right to the center of the Cupid's bow, and be careful not to transfer it too much on the lips. That's it for our finished look. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to know the specific products and tools that I use, please check out my blog as I have a lot more information there. If you like Yasmin's hair, then check out my other video tutorial on how to get beachy waves.